Hi, I'm Meredith Eisenberg.
And I'm Jasper Blake.
And welcome to Solo Biz Bite. This week, in honor of Martin Luther King Day, we are doing a series on how to turn your dreams into reality. And so yesterday we talked about defining the problem, and today's next step is to refine the problem. Because so often people have an amazing idea and they put it into practice right away, and then it ends up not succeeding. So you're nodding there, Jasper. Can you tell us a story?
Yeah, I've sort of been there and done that. When I was back in Britain, I guess around 2004-ish, I think it was, I spent like 2 years of my life putting together this actually amazing tourism sort of history project, sort of living history type project, which was reconstructing an Iron Age village as a tourism, because in the area that I lived in Britain was very rich in iron mining history, and the Iron Age was the beginning of that.
When was the Iron Age?
The Iron Age.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, the Iron Age was the bit just before the Romans. So okay. yeah, because the Romans came in and they really expanded what was a fledgling iron industry at the time, and they made it into an industrial height. So the area I lived in was, rich in iron mining history right the way through to Victorian times, right up to the really early 20th century. And, so I thought this project would make a great sort of vehicle for telling that story. We, as I say, that's exactly what Meredith said. We went into construction, we put it together, we actually got funding for it and everything. But we just didn't get the people.
Right.
We didn't get enough visitors.
Because not knowing about the Iron Age is not a huge problem in people's
lives. Yeah, especially at that particular time. Yeah, because there were other things going on at that time.
It sounds amazing, but
Yeah. And so we ran out of money. That was basically it. I guess if we'd had more investment and kept it going longer, then maybe it could have, it could have worked in the long run. But so that was a prime example of what Meredith was talking about.
Right. It's really disheartening, though. You put your heart and your soul and your money and 2 years of your life into building Disneyland for people with spears or whatever it was that he built. And then nobody comes because it's not a solution to the problem. And maybe there is a problem that people in Britain need to know more about their history. And so this was a great learning experience, but maybe the solution to that problem wasn't the Iron Age village. Maybe it was something else. Maybe it was a radio series or a video series or something that would, cost less or something. I don't know. Yeah. But the point is,
maybe I don't. Yeah. We did our research, and based on other attractions and numbers of visitors they got. So yeah.
So we're going to talk today about how to validate your idea.
Right.
Quickly and easily, so that you can really see if there's some legs there, so you don't spend a lot of time and money. Because even in our partnership, we've created things that just weren't the right solution to the problem. The problem we had nailed, the solution was not the right one. And so what you really want to do is fall in love with solving the problem and not get so attached to the specific solution you're thinking about right now.
Yep.
And so how you do that is, first of all, you want to sort of come up with your hypothesis. So we think with Time Traders Club that the solution to the problem of people really staying in their zone of brilliance and hiring teams and all of that is to create a time exchange where people can exchange hours and get referrals and get testimonials and grow their business. And so that is our proposed solution. And so the first step you want to take, and the first step we kind of took with Time Traders Club, was to talk to people and say, hey, is this something that you think would be useful? And people said, yeah, that's a super cool concept. We love that idea. And we love that idea of how to do that. So we grew our charter members that way. And so that brings us to the second stage of this. And we're in between the second and third stage right now. The second stage of this is to actually set up a landing page. Start running ads, cheap ads, $5 a day ads, $10 a day ads to a landing page offering some information on your solution.
Yeah, this is actually very much part of the lean startup method. It's almost like find out whether people want this before you actually build it, kind of thing. Because a lot of times you think you know what people want, but
and it's not exactly.
Yeah.
And with the Time Traders Club, people wanted the Time Traders Club, but they wanted it to be different in how requests were made and how people, got things done in the platform. So we're constantly tweaking our solution based on people's problems.
And sometimes there's a question of, they'll even tell you this is what they want in terms of features or whatever, but when it actually comes down to using it, they don't end up using it.
Right, and so that's the third step, is to build the smallest minimum viable product that you can. So if you're having a support service, just have a landing page where people email you personally to get the support. So don't build up this huge platform when you don't really know that people are going to use it.
Yeah, one of our early iterations of Time Traders Club, because a big problem that solo entrepreneurs have is the isolation factor, because a lot of them work out of their back bedrooms, never see anybody, their family doesn't really understand what it is they're doing, and so we thought that the actual social aspect of it was important, and we actually used a buddy press system so that people could interact on the site.
And they just interact on Facebook.
That's right. So
we didn't need that.
Yeah. So that's a good example.
And so build like the smallest possible, tiniest possible product that people have to pay a little bit of money for to test it. And if people are paying, then you're onto something.
Right.
And so that's your minimum viable product. And in our next video tomorrow, we are going to talk about what exactly a minimum viable product might consist of for a coaching or an information business. And that is E, the E part of a dream. Yep. So if you like these videos, please like our page, because we're trying to build our page up, and we have a hypothesis that bringing you this information is going to help grow our community. So subscribe to solobizhacker.com. You get a free daily tip as part of that. And also like the page, because that's important. And for your assignment, write what your minimum viable product is or should be, and we can help each other with this. So until then, let's create something amazing together.